something that resonated with me that you were talking about was being hyper organized, right? And you really can probably, whether that's delivering for a client, but also this is internally for your remote staff. I remember specifically in our conversation, you were saying, hey, if you got remote teams and they are not hyper organized, they're going to fail. And, what do you feel like that structure looks like actually in practice?
Well, you got to be okay. So different folks, different strokes. But when you're talking about most clients, so you got to look at what does your year look like? Okay. First off, you got to look at holidays. You got to look at if we're talking about somebody who's in sales, when are your sales going to be during the year? Okay. So you got to have a whole calendar set up as to when everything is happening within the industry and your business itself. So you got to look at all of that, because you're going to have national holidays, you're going to have local holidays, you're going to have stuff in your business that is, for just you. So you got to look at all those things, put together a full out calendar for the year. And then you got to go in and go granular. Okay, so what do I need for this piece? Do I need commercials? Do I need social media? Do I need billboards? What are all of these things that I'm going to need for that piece for these months? Okay, got that down. Now let's go even more granular. What is the information and how do I need to get it? Okay, so I got to figure out that. Do I have the graphics that I need to use? Do I have all of this kind of stuff? And who do I need to go to get that? Do I need to schedule out a commercial thing for that month? Do I need to schedule a photographer? Do I need to schedule dun, dun, dun? So you got to have all your stuff in a row. And then you got to go, where is all this stuff going to be held? Okay, like where's all my things going to be once I get it all done? Well, folders, of course, as you know, and IT and all that kind of stuff. You got to have the softwares that are making sure that all these things are in place. And then you got to look at, okay, so from a social media perspective, what kind of ads am I going to be running? Where am I going to be sending this to? All of these things have to be organized. If they're not, you're losing money and time. So you got to make sure that all of these pieces, I call it the 360 of marketing. If you got a piece missing, you got a piece missing, and it doesn't keep flowing. So you got to make sure that, if they're going from social media, are they going to your DMs? Are they DMing you about this information? Is this the information you need on this piece? You got those pieces that you got to be doing. So then once you figured out all of that, if they DMing you or they going to the website, how are you capturing those leads on the website? Are you getting that information for your sales guys or for whoever needs it? All of these pieces, again, have to have all of these things in place. So you got to be super hyper organized with all of that. If I need forms for people to fill out to get information, all of that, like we talked about, do they have folders that they have access to that they can drop stuff in for me easily? All of this stuff has to be done, and you have to look at every little piece and go, what do I need for this specific piece that I'm working on to be successful? Okay, let me work on that. Let me get this done. Let me get this done. Let me get this done. If I'm doing automotive and I'm going remotely, I might do 6 months worth of videos and commercials in one commercial shoot if I've got to fly in. So I've got to have all of my scripts written. I've got to know who's going to be in those videos. I got to know, got to have my guy scheduled in that area or whatever. We got to know what vehicles are going to be involved, because I got to know if I've got those on the site and if they're cleaned. I mean, there's so many things that go into these things that people just don't even understand. You miss one piece, you get on site and you're like, oh crap.